Once upon a time, in a grand kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess who loved to play by a crystal clear pond in the forest. One day, while tossing her favorite golden ball in the air, she missed her catch, and the ball fell into the deep water. The princess began to cry, for the ball was her most treasured possession. As her tears fell, a small frog leaped out of the water and spoke to her. "Why are you crying, princess?" he asked. The princess was startled but answered, "My golden ball has fallen into the pond, and I cannot reach it." The frog thought for a moment and said, "I can retrieve your ball, but you must promise me something in return." "What do you want?" asked the princess. The frog replied, "Let me be your companion. I want to eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep on your pillow." Thinking the frog's request silly and impossible, the princess agreed, believing she would never have to keep such a promise. The frog dove into the water and soon returned with the golden ball. Overjoyed, the princess grabbed it and ran back to the castle, forgetting all about her promise. That evening, as the princess dined with her family, a knock came at the door. To her shock, it was the frog. "Princess, open the door. You promised to let me be your companion," he called. Embarrassed and unwilling, the princess explained what had happened to her father, the king. The wise king said, "A promise is a promise, my dear. You must keep your word." Reluctantly, the princess let the frog in. He hopped onto the table and ate from her plate. Later, he followed her to her room, asking to sleep on her pillow. Disgusted, the princess placed him gently on the corner of her bed, far from her. The next morning, the frog woke the princess with a gentle call. "Princess, I have been a loyal companion. Will you give me one more promise, a kiss?" At first, the princess refused, repulsed by the idea, but seeing the sincerity in the frog's eyes, she finally leaned down and kissed him. At that moment, the frog transformed into a handsome prince. He explained that he had been cursed by a wicked witch and only the kiss of a true friend could break the spell. The prince and the princess grew close, and over time, they fell in love. They returned to the prince's kingdom, where they were married in a grand celebration. The princess learned the value of keeping promises and judging others by their character, not their appearance. Together, the prince and princess ruled with kindness and wisdom, living happily ever after.